magic behind our network spanning 147 countries and hosting around 160 events each month. Any given day of the week, Women Who Code members come together online with tools and resources to help each other excel on their career journeys. We know that incredible things happen when our volunteers meet to inspire and educate each other. Today, our panel of volunteers will share their first hand experiences supporting our mission and how it has impacted their communities and career. So, today I have with me Mansi, the lead of the data science track, and Soumya, the lead of the Python track. So, let's start with some introductions. Mansi, would you like to go first?
Thank you, Anjali. Hi, everyone. Nice to be here. My name is Mansi. I'm, as Anjali mentioned, a lead at Women Who Code Data Science. Besides that, I am currently a student at Monash University in Australia, where I'm pursuing my master's in data science. Very excited to be here. Hope you enjoy.
Thank you, Mansi. Yes, Soumya.
Hi everyone. Yes, sorry. Hi everyone. My name is Soumya Bamuri. I'm a lead at Women Who Code Python track. I recently graduated with a degree in computer science and engineering, and will be joining Microsoft as a software engineer.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Soumya. So we have Manjari also here, who's the lead of the blockchain track. Hi, Manjari. So would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone. So, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon from wherever you are joining from. So, I'm Manjari. I'm located in Darmstadt, Germany. I'm a software developer at blockchain-based company named ArcSum, and I'm lead at Women Who Code Blockchain track. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing those details, everybody. And I'm very excited for today's session. And I have this very interesting question for you. When did you start volunteering with the Women Who Code community? And what actually inspired you to volunteer?
So I started volunteering for Women in Code exactly a year ago, like in July of 2021. My main motivation, or probably the main factor behind why I looked up communities that I could give my time to was because during pandemic we had a lot of time on our hand. We were working from home, and I actually wanted to do something worthwhile with my time. And this is a community that's vision whose vision inspired me and something I could stand behind. And right from my first session, I really felt a very positive connection. They make Women Who Code makes hands-on impact to the root level. It's very individualistic in their approach to how they want to help people and help women gain the skills that they require to actually advance in any technological career. And it's global. We are sitting in four different time zones, and we're here together, and our participants are actually from across the world, joining us from across the world. So we don't have any national boundaries. So this is something that really excited me to work with Women in Code. And the second reason was I always had male bosses, so I needed to be around influential women for a change. And this was the best place to be at. I am surrounded with such amazing women. I learn with them every day. So that's what excites me. That's what motivates me to keep working for Women in Code.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing that, Mansi. Sorry,
I
Soumya, go
definitely
ahead.
resonate with what Mansi said as well. So I've been a volunteer at Women Who Code, and especially the Python track in particular, for almost 2 years now. So I joined in 2020 September. So since this was during the pandemic, and while I love binging crash courses on YouTube, I wanted to do something like that too. And I started out looking for communities who share the same vision and missions as me, and that was to bridge the gap in gender and technology. So basically, to support other women looking to excel in a career in tech. And so that's when I found out about Women Who Code, and then I watched a couple webinars on their YouTube channel, and I immediately knew that this was the kind of community I wanted to be a part of, and that was the kind of platform I knew that would support the kind of vision that I had.
Absolutely. I mean, I definitely resonate with both of your answers, and I think it's brilliant. The community brings all of us together from different parts of the world. In fact, Mansi is joining from Australia. It is very late at night. So, thanks, Mansi, for sacrificing your sleep for this conference today. Manjari, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I also completely resonate with them. So I remember I joined Women Who Code Blockchain back in November 2020 when I was writing my master thesis. So Gnana Lakshmi helped me to find kind of right path to get resources related to my research topic. So then I kept slowly attending all the events in the Women Who Blockchain, then Python and data science also. So like three of them. Then I saw diverse women volunteering, doing good for others, and working together to build this global, strong, and technical community. So that was really inspiring for me, and this gave me sense of belonging. Actually, to give a chance to give back to this community, you know. And then I started with the baby steps after spending a year of attending the events. For example, in August or September 2021, I began slowly moderating the chat events and give some feedbacks and answers. And yeah, this basically boosted my self confidence.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Manjari. I definitely remember how your journey started. And in fact, last month you gave your first conference speech at the Connect conference. So that's
Yeah,
absolutely amazing.
right.
That's great. So, would you also like to share about your first experience, basically volunteering role experience? How was it like? And yeah, if anybody would like to go first.
Yeah, I can go first with that. So for the first couple of months after I joined the community, I mostly just focused solely on attending a couple of webinars that took place. But then my first role as a volunteer was for the Intro to Data Structures series, so in the Python track. So I volunteered to create content for one of the sessions, and then I also got the opportunity to moderate and speak at one of the sessions. And so it was an amazing experience because you see how much liberty you get here at Women Who Code. No one's going to impose their own ideas on you. None of the organizers are going to do that. If you volunteer to do a certain task, you have the liberty to get as creative as you want. So I did receive a lot of guidance and support from all the fellows and leads and other volunteers because that was the first time I was taking part in an event. But I was always welcome to reach out to them and ask if they could go through the content I created or if they had any other questions. So that was the first time I ever spoke at a session or an event as well with the audience of around like 100 people. So I think it was amazing for me. I was able to do something that I loved, and so yeah.
Wow, that's so inspiring, Soumya. Thank you for sharing your story. And that's really
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. I mean, I can totally relate to it. Yeah. So I began as a chat moderator, like I said. Then during this time, I met Anjali and Vinod, and I expressed my ideas related to this blockchain beginner series. Everyone was super supportive, and that's how I started building my volunteer experience. So talking to the speakers and like more into the background, I was there. So later on, then slowly I moved to yeah, as a host, and then yeah, then I spoke in the conference. So slowly it advanced, and I'm really grateful to get from start to where I'm now. Yeah, really awesome.
Yeah,
I
really,
really,
Manjari, agree on that. Your journey was absolutely wonderful. In fact, the Blockchain Beginner Series was the most attended blockchain event, and thank you for organizing that one.
I
My
attended that
pleasure.
too.
My pleasure.
Yeah, Mansi, go ahead.
Yeah, I remember I started volunteering as for the social media initiatives. So I like designing. So I used to create graphics for their weekly data science tracks, Instagram and Twitter weekly series that was called the Tuesday Trivia and Data Thursdays. So I also got a lot of help from the existing leads and volunteers and our leadership fellow, Zareen. So again, like Soumya said, I had full creative control, whatever I wanted to do. They just always obviously reviewed my work. So I asked them if I have to stick with the Women Who Code color palette or I can get a little creative. So Zareen told me, no, no, you can, go ahead and like get a like add a pop of color or something add some gifs and designs. So I would also want to like more specifically work with graphic designing in the future as well, so that was a good start because what I create is being seen and being broadcasted for hundreds of people. So it was a little daunting in the start, but I then like got better at it, and then I was promoted to a lead in January. So Zareen asked me if I want to like from scratch organize an event. So that is when I like reached out to speakers, like cold emailing speakers, and like at my fourth or fifth try, I found someone in my LinkedIn network who agreed to host a data visualization workshop in R. So that was something a very new experience for me. I really enjoyed it. For the 2 months I was in cadence with the speaker, how to set up the series. I hosted that series, moderated that series, and helped the speaker create content for it, reviewed it. So it's been fun. It's a mixed bag, and I've really liked every role that I played. And I'm really thankful to all the fellow volunteers because everyone is so helpful here. Uh, it's not the first time that it's not just me that is joining in late. A lot of times people from US have joined in late so that we can have an early thing early in the morning, so that we don't have to miss our sleep. So everyone is very supportive, very encouraging. So it's been a really fun experience for me as well.
Thank you for sharing that, Mansi. And of course, the Tuesday trivia graphics were really amazing. And it's really good to see what all three of you have done for your respective tracks, and it's really commendable. And thank you for putting in like so much of efforts to make sure that the track is growing and the members are you're delivering good content to the members as well. So this brings to the next question, that how are you able to balance your career, personal life, your passion, and also volunteering at Women Who Code? How do you do that, ladies?
Yeah, I can go, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, this is a tough question to answer. Yeah, but yeah, the first step is to accept that there is no perfect work life balance. So overall, like over the time, I learned managing all by, for example, prioritizing my time. So self time, family time, friends time, and for more into the career. So like setting goals and achieve them during assigned this timeline. Then yeah, most importantly, have a career that I love. So I aligned my career to the passion. So together, I spend all of my time doing what I love. So this was, I could say, came true few months before. And last but not the least, for me, it is very important to spend time doing good for others and the community. So I assign at least 2 to 4 hours per week for any volunteering activities. So it might be planning events, connecting to speakers, or just help a friend to build her career profile to get a job, or just a friendly thought exchange with the fellow volunteers like Anjali and Stephanie. We do that sometimes. So yeah, so this is how I try to accept and not to balance, but say to enjoy each part of it. And last but not the least, to take break from all of it and travel alone.
That's really important, Manjari. Prioritizing things is the number one thing, and I'm so happy you have recently got the dream job that you wanted to be a
Yeah,
blockchain software developer, and that's really inspiring. You're following your passion, and along the same way, you're also following your passion of helping others, which is really important.
yeah,
When you help others, you'll grow together. So that's
yeah.
one thing that I really like about you and admire about you. Thanks for
Thank
sharing that,
you.
Manjari.
Thank you. I'm into that. Thank you.
I totally agree with Manjari. People sometimes come up to me and say that, why are you like volunteering your night to this community and something like that? Are you getting paid or something? I am always like, volunteering doesn't mean that. So it comes from a place of just wanting to do that. I do this because I want to and because I like this. So when you're doing something that you enjoy and it's not a chore or a responsibility, it's just something you enjoy doing, so you make time for it. Just like people like a sport, watching a sport, they would watch a FIFA match at 2 a.m. So just because they like it, they will make time for it. So this is something I like, and obviously having a job that you love is really a very privileged thing, because people are stuck in very difficult jobs, boring jobs, or like hostile work environment. But I've been blessed with things like, I've always had a job that I love. Now I'm studying something that I always wanted to in one of the best universities in the world. So this is just a point of privilege, and obviously just liking what you do. So, and obviously it's not a linear graph. So sometimes when I get busy at work, I just drop in a message on Slack that, hey, I might not be available for a few days. And sometimes when work is like very light, I just volunteer extra time. So that's how you manage, and that's how you prioritize your time and divide your time and give it to all the things that you like doing. Yeah, so that's that.
Yeah, I think Manjari and Mansi, both of you, I totally agree with both of your answers because that's what I was thinking as well. So the question was, how do we balance career, passions, and volunteering? And I mean, volunteering here is a passion. So I think that's definitely what helps the most. But especially if I were to compare volunteering here with everything else that's in my life, so what really helps is one, that volunteering here at Women Who Code is flexible, just like how Mansi mentioned. So no one's gonna ask you to promise to be here for 3 to 4 hours a day at a particular time. Um, if you're planning to host an event, you can work on it whenever you're free during the day. You get a chance to plan way ahead of time as well. So if you want to host an event in the next month, that's okay too. So that it's very flexible and everyone's really supportive with that. And the second point also, which Mansi mentioned, was that you have there's time zones and then you have other volunteers. So you don't have to take on hosting an entire event by yourself. So you can literally ask for some help, and people will respond to you within the next hours. And the fact that Women Who Code is a global community, so you can work across time zones. So like I said, if you have a class from 9 o'clock in the morning, you can schedule your event at like 5 a.m. So that's what I used to do. And I guess Mansi also works around it that way. And because it's a passion, it's not like you're doing a favor to anyone. It's something that you love doing. So I think the fact that it's a global community and you have volunteers from all over, even if you need a whole day to plan out the event, you can work at one half of the day and someone else is awake at some other point of time. So you can work around it that way. I think that's what helps a lot when you're volunteering at this community.
Yep. Thank you for sharing that, Soumya and Mansi and Manjari. Really loved your answers, and I'm happy to see that you're able to manage your time wisely. And one of the key takeaways from this particular answers that you gave is passion. Basically, follow your passion, and then any work you do would seem like nothing at all, right? It won't feel like work. So, thanks for sharing that. That's a great tip. And I'm sure that all the future volunteers will also, who will be seeing this video, will be inspired by this. So now, when we are talking about volunteering, I have one more question for you. That what do you think was your biggest success and the biggest learning opportunity that you got while volunteering?
Uh, I think like I mentioned it earlier as well. Like I got a chance to organize an event from scratch, so that involved a lot of communication, and I tend to talk a lot. So communication involves a lot of listening also. So that's something I'm getting better at, and like as I said that it was not like a hit in the first place. I reached out to a lot of speakers, so like my fellow told me, Zareen told me that what's the worst they will do? They'll just say no. So you just have to ask them. You just ask them, ask everyone. Just tell them that you like their work and you would want to. You're inviting them to speak at your event, and the biggest thing they'll do is say no. So you will move on from that, and but like cold emailing everyone and communicating and like expanding my network, we just bumped across a person who was interested as I am in inviting them. They were as interested in hosting that event. So they were very excited. Like Tanya was very excited to do this event with us, and she was very pumped. And in fact, uh, people coming up to us and saying that this event was nice, it was just a very rewarding feeling. So that was like the first hit thing that I did on my own. So that was a really rewarding experience. So that is something that I always look up to. Like I am very grateful to all the people who helped me with that event as well, all the moderators, and it's always a team effort here. So you're never doing anything alone. So that is something I learned, and that is one of my most cherished experiences here.
That's good. Thank you for sharing that, Mansi. Of course, this community, everybody is helping each other to grow. And thank you for sharing that wonderful experience.
Yeah, so the biggest of actually volunteering here, just like how Mansi also mentioned, is the fact that you can pick up a lot of skills while you're working or while you're volunteering here. So you're able to communicate with people, and also like Mansi mentioned, the confidence that you get over time from hosting sessions, from reaching out to people, from talking to others. So that has definitely been one of the biggest wins that you receive from this community. So I set out to join this community to be able to support other women excel in their goals in tech, and I've been able to actually do that. I've been able to host and organize sessions, moderate events, exchange advice with other members. So 2 whole years of that and counting. I mean, 2 whole years almost is an amazing experience. And the biggest learning opportunity I received here as a volunteer is definitely the chance to attend the conferences. So there are two conferences every year almost. This year I think it would be three. So there's so many learning and networking opportunities given that like 3 to 4 sessions happening at the same time. You network with there's speed networking, there's expo booths, and I think that conference itself gives you a lot of learning opportunities in them. But also, like Mansi mentioned, while working in a team, when you're organizing a session, I think that experience really helps a lot.
Yeah, I agree totally, Soumya. And the networking opportunity is anyway like required for us to meet new people, and we also get this opportunity to learn from others. And of course, that's networking is also one of my favorite part of the Women Who Code community. That's great.
Yeah, I would also like to share some of success part and a biggest learning opportunity I got uh, throughout the time. So when I started my journey in blockchain, like not in Women Who Code, but like when I started learning about it, then I faced a lot of technical problems, confusions. I really lacked resources, and there was no mentoring available. So I hardly found people around who were in this domain. So this motivated me to come up with. So when I joined Women Who Code Blockchain, then I came up with this blockchain beginner series, and with help of volunteer team and great experts from the industry, it went really well. So I really think people got benefited from that series. And yeah, I mean, so this and began, I think, their career also in blockchain. So they got motivated also. So this was a huge success for me and the whole blockchain Women Who Code team also. And yeah, this was the success part. And about the learning opportunity, so after completion of the beginner series, I thought maybe more into like the development. So we came up with this blockchain developer series where experts from industry will give you hands-on sessions on different available blockchain implementation, not just Ethereum but all others. So throughout the sessions, we realized that okay, the talks are not going as per our expectations, and participants are like not really gaining much of the hands-on experience. So we took this as a learning opportunity. We discussed about it, and then we came up with the solution that okay, we really um, need to go through the agenda and clear the basic requirements. So I really hope from the next series it will be far better than the previous one. So this was a biggest learning opportunity, I could say.
Yes, Manjri, we will definitely like learn from our previous experiences and make sure that the coming series that we conduct is well researched and it's very beneficial for our attendees. So thank you for sharing that, all of you. And so basically, we have discussed so much about your volunteering experience so far. So do you think that has helped you in your career per se? Be it either networking wise or speaking up, because I feel that Ubuntu Code helped me to speak up and raise my points, raise my questions whenever I'm in a meeting. So that was one of my learnings. So would you like to share yours?
Yeah, definitely. So when I first joined as a volunteer, I was still pursuing my bachelor's degree in computer science. So what I knew was very limited. What I knew would be my next step was also very limited. You only hear computer science and engineering and then software engineering. That's all I've heard. But being a part of this community with the people I've interacted with, and also through the conferences that took place, all the opportunities that I've learned, there's been so much of exposure to different areas and specializations in tech itself. And so that has definitely helped me plan out the next steps I want to follow in for the next couple of years or for the next decade or so. So I've also picked up a lot of skills as a volunteer here, like Anjali mentioned, speaking. So it's an on and off thing, but sometimes I get some stage fright or I get a little panic before I go up and speak. But I mean, speaking here. So while I was volunteering here, it's been completely gone. Like I don't worry anymore because um, I've I've been able to remind myself that this is something I like doing. You know what you're going to be speaking about. You love what you're talking about. So that's been really helpful. I've been able to organize and plan better. That's something you only learn after making a couple of mistakes, and also with more opportunities. And you receive so many opportunities here at Women Who Code. So you learn how to organize things better and also definitely communicate more efficiently. So that's something that I'm really thankful for the community.
Yeah, I can totally relate to it. So I can see over the last 2 years how much I have grown with it. And I believe volunteering allows you to impact communities while you are accelerating your career. So it goes hand in hand. And it also enables you to learn, share, and enjoy and bind some connections with new people. And like throughout the journey, it won't stop. So for me, volunteering experience at Women Who Code Blockchain helped in many ways. For example, I could say the first one which like really comes into my mind is I got 3 interviews just because I'm part of Women Who Code Blockchain, and that's here in Germany. So I was I was like shocked after hearing that. Yeah. So this was one. Then definitely it strengthened my leadership qualities and gave me a platform to speak and to build more my leadership qualities. Then it gave me quite a lot confidence in public speaking. I could say like Soumya, I also had this stage fight, and yeah, I wasn't like really comfortable speaking on. So definitely with 3 to 4 practice sessions, I got used to it. And like I said, it gave me interview calls. Then for sure, I mean, I got ample of opportunities to connect with like-minded people, and with more warm attitude, not really, different ways. So I engaged with positive interactions with all the volunteers network. And lastly, it strengthened to view myself as a strong technical person, and I could achieve whatever I want. So it gives me like every day a support to go on and build myself as a strong technical person. So yeah, really, I mean, I'm really grateful that I'm being part of this community.
We are happy to have you, Manjari, and Soumya, and Mansi as well. So, sorry, Mansi, you were going to say something?
Yeah, even as both of them said, first, obviously, when it comes to like shaping our career or something, people always talk about quantitative aspects of it, but we're here like striving to get better at the qualitative factors, like just communication, networking. And my LinkedIn networks just shot up after joining Women Who Code, because people just, I think I'm getting like connection requests right now during this conference also. So just people saying that, hey, I saw you um, taking that regression workshop during the statistics series, and I really liked. Can we have a quick chat? Can you help me with this thing? So it's like a really rewarding experience. It's and secondly, it's not just someone in a higher position than me helping me. When you are in a position to help others, you also learn, because you want to make sure that what mistakes you made, you would communicate that to the person who is just starting. So you also go over your journey, and you uh, tell them how to make better decisions. So you grow with people. So that is something that comes with volunteering. And especially with Women to Code, which is a global community, you get more visibility. So it obviously and as Manjari said that she got 3 interviews. So better visibility. So it's all the qualitative aspects that add up to your personality and help you leverage your career. So yeah.
That's absolutely amazing. Thank you, three of you, for sharing your experiences. And of course, I mean, I have also heard about a lot of people who have got some amazing career opportunities just by networking, just by speaking at conferences. And great to see that you guys are also you're also like getting a lot of recognition and visibility. And happy to see all of your growth here. So, along the way in Women Who Code, did you find any new connections, friends, or mentors for life?
Yeah, I mean, so many. Yeah, I mean, I can't list all of them, but I made more than 1,000 connections, I guess, since I began my journey at Women Who Code. And with some of them, I really close. For example, Anjali and Stephanie. So throughout my time here, I have been completely supported for each and every idea of mine. So yeah, definitely while even conducting this blockchain series, I came across some uh, experts from the industry, and some of them are really motivating. For example, Austin. So yeah, so it's like they're mentor for me now for to do my career growth. And yeah, so I can say that it's like a quote from the internet. So volunteering sparks a contagion between people who match up emotionally, whether that's friends, family, or handful of colleagues you are really close with. So the more positive you feel about your volunteer work, the more of this enthusiasm and this dedication can spread uh, uh, to nearby people. So this is how it worked for me.
That's great, Manjari, and definitely it is very infectious. Of course, you meet so many people, and you spread the positive energy, and you get the positive energy back. So even for me, I feel Code is the place where I go. I've made some really great friends here, including all of you. So I have like my family outside in the world. I've never met you guys in person, but still I have that connection. And I think that's what Code brings, it brings people closer. So yeah. Mansi, Soumya,
Yeah,
you have anything?
exactly. I have not met any one of you or any one of the people at the data science track, but I remember I was just having a very bad day and I just texted Zareen that everything is going wrong. Uh, I have to leave India. I don't want to go. So it's just that I felt comfortable enough to rant about it to her. So, and yes, about friends and mentors, the entire data science track, like all the volunteers, everyone is so warm and so nice and so welcoming. Like it's not just shop talk always. So we talk about each other's interests as well, and outside of that, also great networking opportunities. As like Manjari mentioned, like 1,000 connections, that's huge. Uh, but apart from that also, like a lot of LinkedIn connections come actually mentioned in the note saying that we saw you at Women Who Code, something, some conference, some event. So it's a really it's a community besides like just doing what we're doing. It's like larger than that, it's bigger than that, it's more than that. So like it's a lot of people having the same mission and vision. So they just like, obviously, like we're colleagues after all. So like you make friends at office. If you're going to an office, you make friends. This is also like a workspace and we're all colleagues, so we get to make a lot of friends. And yeah, it's been really fun, and I'm really happy I got to meet all these people over the past year and looking forward to making even more friends and connections.
Yeah, just like Mansi and Manjari and even Anjali shared, you make so many connections and friends here within the community and also from the outside world, like from LinkedIn basically. So you have people reaching out to you saying, hey, I just saw that you volunteer at this community, can I learn more about it? Or you can reach out to people within the community on LinkedIn as well. Hi, we're both volunteering here, I want to learn more about your experience. That's something I've done. So and even within the community itself, you may, it's like another family basically. So you make a lot of friends and you also get a lot of mentorship from them. So the fellows that we've had, Anjali, Zareen, Stephanie, Archana, so you learn so much from them alone because they're doing so much. Like you think hosting one event is something, imagine hosting like a whole community or three communities in this case. So there's so much you can actually learn from them and so much inspiration you can take from them. And also I've had so many volunteers along with me, like Head and Chetana and Charmaine. So the way we all worked around each other, I think that has definitely helped me become a better team member or someone who I can give support to or receive support from. I've always preferred to do things on my own, but in this community, you actually learn from other people on how you can rely on others and how you can divide all the work that you have. So a lot of connections, a lot of friends, and a lot of things you actually learn from them. That's definitely something I got from the community.
I'm getting very emotional hearing all of your answers because it's absolutely amazing, and I agree with it totally. One thing that all of us had in common is the friends and the connections that we made here, and I really hope that it lasts forever because that's really good in the outer space. I mean, not in the outer space, but in the actually web space. You don't meet a lot of people in person, and having that connection is really amazing. And that brings me to the final question of today's panel discussion. So, so far you have discussed about what you like about volunteering and how are you managing your time with your career and volunteering. Now, the last question that I have is, what is the thing that you like the most about volunteering at Women Who Code, and what is the advice that you would like to give for the future volunteers or for the people who are interested in volunteering?
I think that would be the thing that I like the most about volunteering at Women Who Code is that you see tangible change in the form of maybe even a feedback that, hey, I really like this series and the session was very informative, or the speaker is very nice, or the coding workshop went really well, I learned a lot. So it's just that instead of me doing very big things, we're doing small tangible things, so that it can reach more people, and our resources or our skills, whatever our volunteers and leads and evangelists have, it's reaching more people. So the thing I enjoy the most, and it's really rewarding in the end, because something you're doing is actually helping someone, even even if there are 50 people attending and 10 people learning something new, it's just nice, because in the end those 10 people might share their skills with another 10 people, set of another 10 people. So it's just a really contagious effect, and it's nice to see that what you're doing is making change, impacting communities. So Women Who Code actually does what it aspires to do, and ground level, grassroots level changes and impact. So that's what I really love to be a part of.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Mansi. The platform itself that Women Who Code provides its volunteers is amazing because you know what you're doing is actually helping someone else. You know that it's not a dead end. At some point it keeps growing. You can keep branching out into different areas. You know that you have unlimited support, unconditional support from all the other members. People keep joining in. You have fresh ideas. There's so many opportunities for you to learn and also share the knowledge that you have with others. So yeah, that's one of the best things about volunteering here.
Yeah. So before answering this, I would really like to thank every single volunteer in Women Who Code out there for their contribution, and also for to participants for joining the network and growing the volunteer network. Yeah, really thank you for that. And yeah, the most amazing things about volunteering at Women Who Code is that it gives me a sense of freedom every single day, and it gives me a platform all the time, the support I need, and it basically helps me to contribute to a good cause that is important to me also. So it's not like I'm blindly doing something. So, and last but not the least, it inspires me every single day, and it boosts my confidence. I tend to take more responsibilities, then gain valuable skills by attending the events and focus on positivity. And I really after like volunteering, I really started appreciating small contributions. So what I personally advise everyone is to start appreciating small contributions and try to do small things on everyday basis. So yeah, thank you.
I just want to add something here. What we do at Women Who Code is also very accessible. and nothing is paid, and if you miss an event, everything
Yeah.
is on YouTube. So anyone with a YouTube, like anyone with an internet connection, can access our resources. So that is something that, like, our, like, whatever services the volunteers are providing or we are providing, that's accessible. We're not charging anyone anything. So that is something I really liked about this platform, and that's what was another motivator behind me volunteering, that everyone will be able to access this platform.
Yeah, me too. One of it.
Yeah, and also adding on to that, everyone has their own voice as well. You have the complete liberty to do what you want to do as a part of this community. You have unlimited support, and also if you're looking forward to volunteering here, you go ahead and bring all your energy in. There's no limit to anything. Um, so yeah.
Thank you so much, Soumya, Mansi, and Manjari, for this wonderful panel discussion. I think it was really inspiring. And for the attendees, if you're interested to volunteer for any of these 6 technical tracks, join their respective Slack workspaces, and there would be a channel, Volunteer Opportunities. So that is the channel where you will hear about all the upcoming activities for you to collaborate more with the track. Or if you're interested to volunteer with one of the 80 plus networks that we have, you need to fill out a form. I'll be pasting the link on the chat so that you can check that out. And now we'll be taking a short break on the stage, but there are other sessions that you can join. So happy learning, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for joining, everyone.